Your background is fascinating. And just I want you to talk about your background at a high level. But when I talk about background that's amazing, folks, like we're talking about a guy who started out as an analyst, spent 13 years for one of the biggest MSPs in the world. SecureWorks, Dell at one point, now its own thing. You've held multiple chief revenue officer roles, which we're going to talk about all of this tonight. You've been on the acquiring side and the being acquired side. We're going to talk about that tonight as well. You've been a member of advisory boards. You've been a chief operating officer, and now you're CEO. Holy cow. That's a lot.
Is that me you're talking about?
Yeah, that's you. Cool. What did I miss? I mean, it's hard to believe that I missed anything, but if you have to sum up your career, if you had to talk about your career, how do you talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, so first and foremost, I have always thought of myself as a security professional. So as you said, I've been kind of blessed to move around in a number of different roles. First, as a security analyst, security engineer, responsible for defending a company. And then that ultimately led me to SecureWorks, as you mentioned. I spent 13 years there. I know we'll get into that. I could talk about that forever. But I think what's kind of always been my guide is I'm a problem solver, and I do tend to get bored easily. So I like a new challenge, and I think I was attracted to security for a couple of reasons. One, I grew up in a family where my dad was at different times in law enforcement, and so I liked the idea of of protecting the good guys, fighting the bad guys, kind of thing. But then I really liked that security and IT, and this is in the late 90s. I'm definitely qualified for old guy Wednesday, but I like the fact that to do security, you had to know a lot about a lot of different things, and you were constantly moving around, jumping around, and so it was new and it was a lot of challenge. But I think between being a problem solver and then I would say a willingness to raise my hand to be I'll do that assignment. If no one else wanted to do it, I'm I'll try that thing, because I think opportunity. If you're willing to take risks and try new things, there's usually opportunity in it.
Absolutely. And we will get into a lot of that. This is everybody who's listening. This is one of the reasons that I'm super excited to have Matt here is the wealth of experience that he's got from where he started, from his humble origins. And we'll get into that up to where he's at now. I think this is an inspirational story, and there's a lot of lessons learned for the wide range of everybody in our community.